Not all treasure is buried. Some of it's hiding right under our noses. At Golden Finds, we chase the forgotten, the vintage, the one of a kinds, and bring them back to life. Every piece has a past. Here, it gets a second chance. Welcome to Golden Finds, where every find tells a story. Welcome everybody to another thrift session here on Golden Finds. If this is your first time here to my channel, I do welcome you and I do hope that you enjoy it enough to subscribe, which is absolutely free to join the channel. Everyone else who is returning, thank you so much as always for the support. Now let's go ahead and jump into this thrift session and see what amazing thrift items await us. I have mentioned several times that this location in the city of Santa Ana is one of my absolute favorites. I really love coming to this location because you find so much bulky furniture. Look at this beautiful set right here. This is a wicker set. There was this drawer right here and then also like this vanity or desk, and it was the set for two pieces for $60. I think that's actually a really great deal. Now, I'm not a fan of wicker furniture, but it was still a really great price. And that's something that we have to agree that those two pieces for $60 was definitely worth it. Now, this vintage piece was $100. I really love that it's a hidden desk here. And you also have the top shelf to add a bunch of curio items. So what would you display on this little shelf right here? Now, it does have a lock. I'm not quite sure if it came with its original key. I was trying to open it up, but it was just not doing it. But I wonder if the key comes with it. I'm pretty sure it did, or you would have to figure out how to unlock it, or you would have to put in a new lock. So, but still, I really love finding vintage furniture at this location. It's also one of my favorite places to browse the artwork. I really recommend that you come to this location if you're looking for such amazing artwork pieces and at great prices. You find so many different sizes, so many different things, themes, colors. You're going to love it. This was in the art section, this Radom pumpkin at $3.99. That's actually not a bad price considering that this is one of the larger pieces that they make for the Halloween pumpkins. I didn't see them last year, so I don't think they have been bringing them back each year. Now, this little piece right here was interesting, a little bit odd. So this is a snow angel bringing a gift of love. So I'm not entirely sure from what collection this is, and it's just basically a little figurine, $3.99, made out of possibly resin. And here we have this little cute basket, but inside of it is a cute little nest with a ceramic bird. I thought this was super sweet, and it was signed and not bad for the price either. If you're looking to build up your curio collection, I really recommend that you thrift it because you're going to find so many odds and ends in the knick-knack section. That's what I really love about browsing in the knick-knack section is that you just don't know what you will come across. So it's always an adventure You know, no thrift trip is the same. You're always going to find something different, something unique, something extraordinary, and just amazing. So it's super fun. I really, really implore all of you to check your local thrift store to see what amazing treasures you can come across. These are jarritos de barro, which are clay jugs or little mini pitchers. Now, normally these are served with alcoholic drinks, and Mexico uses these a lot. We see them a lot in Mexico when you travel, and a lot of people use these like at parties. I've also seen people use them in DIYs. I have also used these for Dia de los Muertos to put some flowers. So those were really pretty. I really love that rich clay color. And they are just gorgeous pieces. Just like this glass piece right here, it's also very gorgeous. I really love this beautiful yellow, almost amber color. I really love how that color just shines in the light. But yeah, all those jarritos were super adorable. They had so many of them, and you could create some very interesting DIY pieces with those. This is part of the Brandon House collection. Now, there is like an entire collection of this themed piece right here. They have cups, they have plates, they have bowls, you name it. They have such a huge collection from that piece. Now, we will be seeing one or two more pieces in the rest of the walkthrough, so make sure to stay tuned to check it out. And today's shout out goes out to Harley Girl 49. Thank you so much for commenting. I truly appreciate it. And I'm super, super happy to hear that you enjoyed the tip on the rice. So, yes, if you did not know, it's really easy to stack up any item, like if you want to do stacked bowls in your decor, or if you have Ray Done measuring cups and you want to stack them up, just use some rice to put on each stacked measuring cup and build it up like that. So it's super easy, and everyone has usually rice in their cupboard. So it's a really great hack trick. So thank you so much, Harley Girl. I truly appreciate you, and I'm so happy that you enjoyed the content. Now, there were several listings of this item right here. So it's like this almost small pitcher with saucer, and it has a sheep. And it is a heron cross pottery piece. Now, this piece definitely would have made it home with me. I absolutely fell in love with the design. And they actually have several different animals, farmhouse animals, in their design, but unfortunately it did have a crack, so I decided to leave it behind just because, again, I have to be very selective in what makes it home. Really loved that little strawberry drink dispenser. It was super adorable. I could really see myself using that for the summer, maybe in a, backyard party or a barbecue with some delicious strawberry lemonade. That sounds super delicious right now, especially since it's starting to get hot here in California. Let me know in the comments if you have already started to experience that summer weather. We definitely are starting to feel it here in Southern California. The universe just seems to be throwing a lot of these pitcher and wash bowls at me. I have been finding them so constant here at the thrift store when I do my walkthroughs. It's really interesting how sometimes when we find a lot of these same items, it's so interesting. I don't know. Just because when you go into a thrift store, you usually are never going to find the same thing twice. So it just starts being interesting when you start noticing it a lot, especially if you are not really looking for that item, but for some reason they just seem to be popping out a lot.
Thank you for shopping on Goodwill and have a nice day. Hola clientes de Goodwill, muy buenas tardes. No se olviden nuestro orden esta semana es de verde. Todo lo que encuentren con etiqueta verde está a mitad de precio. Y un recordatorio que los carritos de compra no salen hacia afuera. También un recordatorio que los baños están cerrados.
Really loved this Mrs. Claus animatronic, but it was just in really rough shape. She actually was broken where she started to lean forward, and I don't understand why. So, something that must have been supporting her legs must have been broken, and it was priced at $7.99. So, it still would have been a really nice piece to have displayed out, but I wanted to be working, and unfortunately, it just did not. There was also this cute piece right here. It's a $3.99 piece. This is a turkey cracker dish, and it actually went with that other piece as well. So I really love when you come across a good set at the thrift store. Usually it's very hard to find a set when a lot of people don't always donate the entire set, but it's super exciting when you come across both pieces or pieces from a collection. This was actually a really great price for this coffee mug rack at $3.99. It looked a little bit vintage, and we are in the wood section now, browsing through this section. Now there was a bunch of these books. These are faux books. They're like decorative books, that you can use in your home decor. And you would get the whole set of three for $9.99. And then also this other stack right here was another one of three pieces as well. And these are always helpful if you want to add, if you want to cover up a space with something like that because they take up a lot of space. So if you have like a really large empty space that you just want to put something, always try to look for some type of faux book. And then you could always utilize it as storage too. And this clock caught my eye. It was interesting. It was definitely very yellowed. It's definitely aged in time. It was $4.99 and it looks like it was someone's gift. And this would have been a really cool piece for the 4th of July, but unfortunately, again, it was just really, really yellowed. You can tell that that resin has really aged, and usually resin will always turn yellow over time with age. The wood section usually is always my favorite place to shop, but today this location just really wasn't doing it for me. I didn't really see anything that was capturing my attention, but it was still super fun to look around and see what maybe ideas could spring out of me trying different DIYs with some of these items. And that's something that I definitely recommend that you all try to do whenever you're thrifting. Browse at items and try to see what you can change them into or how you can utilize them in your own home. This is a wooden souvenir from someone's Caribbean cruise. I love that some people date the items. I think this is from the 1980s or 1990s. I can't really make out. I think it says 1980s. But I do love when people document their items because then it gives you more history about the item and how old it is. Now, here is a mug from that collection that I mentioned earlier from the Brandon House. The mug was 99 cents. Again, they have like an entire set of this whole entire collection. And I really love that rustic look. It actually would be a really beautiful set to have for the 4th of July. It just looks very colonial and it would have been a perfect addition. But again, with only two pieces, I didn't want to take the chance of buying them up and then maybe them not working for my 4th of July display. So I decided to leave those. I really have been on a kick about buying aged pottery, and this platter right here was everything and only $1.99. I couldn't ask for a better deal. I was super happy to see this. I also love a good amber colored dish. This was $6.99. I absolutely love this color. So again, it does look like someone left this entire collection. Here are the bowls. Again, part of the Brandon house. So it was a set of bowls right here. And then there's going to be some other type of bowls. There's even the plates. Again, just I really love the design. Look at all this. Now, again, I thought about it and then I thought this would be a really good display set, but it just was a little bit too much. It was a little bit too expensive. And again, I didn't want to commit to anything and bringing it home and then finding out that it didn't really work together with what I'm trying to do. But it was still nice to see the entire collection. This is part of Hearth and Hand. It was $7.99. It's a metal coffee container. It still had its spoon in there. It comes with like a little scoop for you to scoop out your coffee, but it was unfortunately all scratched up. So I don't think it might be worth it to pick it up. Now we are checking out more of the bulky furniture. Look at how fabulous these chairs are. Oh, these would have been perfect for our home. All we needed was a table. They were priced at $12.99 each. I don't think that's super bad, but it was only a set of four, and I ultimately want a table set for six. This also was beautiful, this china cabinet. This also would work as some type of hutch, but just look at how beautiful this piece is. Again, this is the reason why I truly enjoy this location because they carry so much bulky furniture. And at $200, I think that's actually kind of a steal. I know it sounds like a lot, but look at how large this piece is. It's just beautiful, it's full of detail, and it has so much space in it and so many great places for you to place your decor. Now, this right here, I think was a little bit vintage. I really loved that it had its own little latch system right here on the outside. How cool is that? And also safe for your children, so that way they don't get into the items in the cabinet. So I just fell in love with this piece. This would have been a great addition to the kitchen. It had a drawer that kind of got a little bit stuck, but look at right here. We have the indentation. This is the branding. This is a vintage piece, and this is the maker. So I absolutely just fell in love with this, and it was only $69.99. I really think that was a great deal, but if you disagree, let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear you guys' opinion too. Browsing the artwork section at this location in the city of Orange, I thought this might work for my 4th of July look, but I decided to leave it behind. It was $5.99, and it would have been a great addition, but I just decided not to commit to buying it. And oh my gosh. Was I surely excited, you guys, when I saw this? You have no idea the excitement that came over me when I saw this piece right here. I know I need to calm down. I need to calm down, but I'm literally reenacting how I felt when I saw this piece. It was a beautiful piece of a fawn and at only $6.99. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely gorgeous. Did it make me think of Bambi right away? You sure bet it did. But I absolutely fell in love with it. And again, that's just the thrill and excitement about thrifting is finding really cool and unique pieces like that. That definitely was a vintage piece, and I was like in awe with how amazing it was and that it was still here. I'm surprised that it was like waiting for me. Now, can we take a minute to talk about normalizing the excitement for a thrift find? Now, that piece definitely brought me so much joy. That's exactly the thrill that I get when I find pieces like that because you're only going to find things like this at the thrift store. And that's what makes it so exciting. Just like this piece right here, this is Southwestern handcrafted piece and it's supposed to be a bunny. And this was actually such a beautiful piece. I really love that blue color. But again, going back to what I mentioned, the excitement that you get, it's just a fun thrill. And I absolutely love it when you find pieces that just bring you so much joy. They have you jumping up and down. And that's what I love. That's what I truly love about thrifting is that you're able to have all of these different experiences and just truly enjoy the process and find amazing treasures at the same time. Now we're browsing through this knick-knack section trying to see what we find. These were actually very beautiful. They were two of these candlestick holders, $4.99 each. I feel like that's a little bit pricey considering that you would have to buy both of them. That comes out to almost like $8. So, but still they were very beautiful. They would be really nice for Christmas. You could utilize them for maybe Halloween as well. And I just love, again, browsing this whole section to see what we come through and pick up. This little clock right here, $5.99. This looks like it's something from maybe Ross or TJ Maxx or Marshalls or possibly Home Goods. And I saw this kitchen crock and it says Lisa's Kitchen. I really love that blue again and the handwriting. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the color of the crock as well. And these were actually very unique. They're like these tarot cards, little trinket trays. There were two pieces to this collection. There was possibly maybe even more. We have the sun and the moon. Very unique. And I love that you could use those as well to decorate with. These are porcelain decorated napkin holders and they are of Precious Moments. So I didn't even know that Precious Moments made, stuff like that for your kitchenware. And browsing more through the knickknack section, we have some faux plants. These are from Target. And we have some other decor here and there. And again, you could spend so much time just browsing through all of this section just on this aisle alone. I don't need more rolling pins. I have way too many already. And then this was also a beautiful picture with these red tulips priced at $6.99. That would have been a really nice piece for the spring season. Then I saw this ceramic dog and it was priced at $9.99. And this is a blue sky piece. Blue sky also does very well. And this is actually a picture. I'm sorry. And this ceramic figure, do you all remember the one that we found? We found its sister that was unfortunately broken and chipped. Well, we have the other sister here, and that was $3.99 for this one right here. Found this half-gallon kitchen crock. Really love the blue. Again, the blue with this type of like darkened ceramic is really beautiful. The stoneware is just gorgeous. I love the image of the little pig right there. Would have been cute for a farmhouse decor look. Now, these aren't vintage, but they're super fun. They're 10 Mickey pumpkin lights, priced at $9.99 originally. Goodwill was asking for $7.99, which is not so much of a difference. They should have definitely knocked it down a few more dollars. In a few videos, I mentioned that I was possibly looking for a globe. This one was $12.99. I really loved the style of it and it would go so well with my home decor, but I was just not ready to commit paying $12.99 for it. What a beautiful vintage lamp. Unfortunately, it was missing its lampshade and it was priced at $9.99. I really fell in love with this candle that's shaped in a pear. It's so rustic, yet such a beautiful piece to decorate with, along with this picture too. But this was priced at $14.99, so that was definitely very pricey. I'm not a scary movie fan, not because I get scared easily, but I'm just not a big fan of them. But there were these metal collectible signs from various movies. We have Halloween, It, and also the classic Scarface. This is a Winnie the Pooh collectible plate from the Bradford Exchange, but unfortunately, Piglet's ears were completely chipped off, and this is the first issue in the Winnie the Pooh and Friends collection, dated on February 1996. What could this angel be daydreaming about? $7.99. This looked very rustic. I really loved the actual color of it, how it looked very rustic and just natural. I really love pieces like that. Then there were these Ray Dunn pictures. This one says Merry Christmas, and this one says Drink Up. This is one creepy pumpkin that I'm definitely not bringing home. This Christmas poinsettia almost made it home with me, but unfortunately, the leaves were peeling. And this is actually from Pottery Barn. And if you've been following me for a while, you saw that I found a lot of the smaller versions of it at various Goodwill stores. I found the same ones but smaller from Pottery Barn. And I wanted a bigger one, but unfortunately, all of the flowers were falling apart. Then in the middle section, I found all of these canisters, these tin canisters. I love them. There's a coffee tin, a tea tin, and the other one for pasta. So these were super fun. I absolutely love them. As always, make sure to let me know in the comments down below what from the walkthrough really caught your attention. I really enjoy hearing what you would pick up if you were thrifting here at these Goodwill stores. So make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know what you would pick up for yourself. The patina on this gold bell was absolutely gorgeous, and at $3.99, that was actually a really fantastic price. And that little bell would be so perfect. You could utilize it for Christmas or for year-round decor. What is Goodwill doing to me today? Look at this pumpkin right here. $14.99. I feel is definitely a hefty price for this piece, but it's actually quite a heavy piece. And I just absolutely adore pumpkins. I love decorating with them, especially for the Halloween season. So I really contemplated on this. $14.99 is a lot of money, especially with it just being one item from the thrift store. I do hope that all of you are behaving because Santa can see you when you're sleeping and he knows when you're awake. And we will be near the holidays sooner rather than later. Can you believe how fast the month of May is flying by? We're soon going to be heading into the 4th of July and the whole summer season. And I just cannot believe how fast the year is flying by. Now, in the knick-knack section in the Brea store, that flamingo really caught my eye at $6.99. I'm assuming it's supposed to be some type of planter or you can put some faux flowers on it. But again, I really fell in love with that pink color. It's absolutely gorgeous. I do hope that you have enjoyed the walkthrough. Make sure to stay until the end to see what ultimately made it home from the thrift store. And I do hope that you enjoyed today's walkthrough and that it inspires you to check out your very own thrift store to see what items you can encounter. As always, I do hope that you enjoyed the walkthrough and today's thrift session. And let's go ahead and see if you calculated what made it home if you took a guess. Now, this is a small but mighty haul is how I'm going to refer it to. Sometimes the most bestest hauls are the ones that are the most minimal. And I feel very excited because this item is what actually inspired a whole renovation in my home. Now, I have already started kind of renovating our home and we are in the process of doing things. I am painting my hutch and we're also going to be renovating our dining area space. So there's just so much already in play. I already have found this item. It's been several weeks since I did this, this thrift walkthrough, and this piece is what started it all. So I am just super excited to finally share with you guys the piece that I found or picked up. And it was this gorgeous, beautiful painting. I'm not quite sure if this is an original. It was $6.99. Now on the back, it says Catalda Fine Arts Incorporated, New York, New York. It has a title, 8583 Deer. It says the artist's name, the frame number. So I don't know if this is a reproduction or if it's an actual original. So this was $6.99 and it is of a beautiful fawn. So let me give you guys a little bit of information as to who actually did this piece of work. So this is titled just simply as Fawn, and it was painted by German artist Kurt Meyer Eberhardt. And he is known for his animal depictions, especially young animals, and he liked to do a lot of fawns. So think of this of like a baby Bambi, basically. And his paintings are super, super expensive. If you try to buy one online, they are literally like in the 400s and up. So although I don't know if this is a true original, there is a signature right down here. It's very, very faint. I'll see if I can pick it up on the camera. It's right there, but I just don't know. I don't know if this is an actual original, but this is just beautiful and I am super excited. And you know what, for $6.99, I don't know again if it's an original or not, but I think this is a really great price for this, considering that some resell for so high. $400 to $6.99. I mean, come on. The wood frame is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It's ready to be hung. It has the hardware on it. And I just cannot wait. But again, this piece right here is what truly inspired my whole new look. It even inspired the hutch, the color that I would choose, and just everything else that's going to be done in my current space right now in our home, which I just couldn't be more excited. I'm happy that I finally was able to share this with you. I have been waiting and waiting to push out content until we got to this thrift session, because I really wanted to showcase this piece, because this is going to be a major piece that's going to influence so much of the decor in our home. Now, I have been into this kick lately about really aged pottery pieces. So when I saw this platter, like, oh my gosh, I just couldn't believe it. It was absolutely fabulous. This piece is gorgeous. Now, there is a glare because of the light, you guys. It's getting dark already. Let me see, I'll just turn off the light. So this is such a beautiful piece. It was only $1.99, which I think is an absolute steal. Now, this is fully crazed. It's fully aged. It has, you know, this age to it, this color. There's little cracks all over. There is a crack there as well here. But this piece is definitely, you know, it's not meant to be used for food. I'm going to be using it to decorate with, but just look at how beautiful this is. And it is stamped with KT&K SV China. And that stands for Knowles, Taylor and Knowles. And that's a pottery company that originated from 1887. So I don't know how old this piece is, but I'm telling you right now, it is absolutely fabulous. Let me see if, I know it's getting bright and low, you guys. I'm so sorry. But let me see if the camera can pick up exactly how aged this piece is. It's kind of hard to keep it on focus, especially because this is, you know, it has an enamel finish, so it's shiny. But just look at it. It's super, super pretty. And I just cannot wait to utilize it in the hutch when the time comes. I think I might maybe display it like this. I'll get like an easel that can support the plate and put it on the hutch. And at $1.99, I couldn't believe the price. I was super excited again because I am trying to venture more into getting some more of aged pottery pieces. So that was definitely a win-win. Are you guys ready for the last piece? Because it's quite heavy. I'm pretty sure many of you already know. Ta-da! I just had to... you know, I told myself no more. No more pumpkins. But I just couldn't leave this one behind. This thing is ginormous. It's quite heavy. And it's a shape that I don't have. I have some gray ones that I purchased from, I think, Marshall's and TJ Maxx. It was part of the Martha Stewart collection, but those aren't made out of, you know, ceramic pottery. This thing is heavy. It is made out of, I don't know if it's cement or, you know, some type of terracotta. It might be terracotta, you know, painted black. But this is such a beautiful piece, you guys. Look at how big this is. I just love it. And I think it is terracotta because some of the original color can be seen on the bottom. Now, this was expensive though, I will say. It was $14.99. I'm not used to purchasing items usually, you know, just one item being this price, because I always have that mentality, especially in the thrift store. Like, I can buy so many things with $15 at the thrift instead of just one thing. But sometimes it's well worth it. Sometimes they're just definitely something you have to invest in. And this pumpkin, I believe, is I found it like online. It's being sold for like $40 or $50, maybe 60. So still at $15, that's definitely a bargain. I'm not quite sure if this was from Home Depot or Lowe's. Some of them did have it listed like that, but I just absolutely fell in love with this and I couldn't leave it behind. So this would be, you know, it's going to be such a great piece. It does have an opening here in the back for you to add a candle and or light, and I cannot wait to display it for Halloween. Because I decided that this year for Halloween, I'm only going to focus on decorating with terracotta pumpkins or stone pumpkins. I have those electrical ones, you know, made out of plastic foam. I decided to let those go. Although some of them were really cool and I really love the faces and they look very vintage, I decided to go with more of an earthy tone, earthy look, which I feel the terracotta pumpkins do the best job at doing that. So I'm only going to be using those this year. So hopefully we can maybe find a few more at the thrift store before the Halloween seasons, which, you know, the Halloween season comes, which I'm sure I will. I'm always finding them like I did with this one. But that is the end of today's haul, you guys. Thank you so much to tuning into another video here on Golden Finds, but make sure before you leave today's video that you let me know in the comments down below what item totally spoke out to you from the walkthrough, what should have made it home that didn't, or what from the haul is really, really, really speaking to you. As always, I truly appreciate you coming by and spending some time here together with us while, you know, I do all this fun and exciting treasure hunting that we call thrifting, and I really appreciate it when you guys come back and return, and I couldn't thank you all enough for the love and support and the comments that you all leave, and I just really, really cannot thank you enough. So thank you so much, you guys. I truly appreciate it, but also make sure that you are also out there seeking your own treasure. Find your own golden finds, head into the thrift store, check weekly, check every other day, how many ever times you want to go. You just never know when it comes to thrifting. Things are always being put out every day. So that's every day you get a new chance to find a new treasure. So go out there, seek your own golden finds, and thrift the unexpected. I will see you guys on our next video. Bye, everyone.